Good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 coming to you live on the East Coast of the U.S. at 10:01. It's a Friday night. We're back to it. Squirrel chasing around. We'll see what we have. We got a couple things. I'm actually pulling from Wednesday night for things for reasons you will see very soon. Got something very interesting. So who knows? We'll bounce around from there to the next place. But like I said, we'll follow what you guys in the chat have to say, and the people on the panel, and we'll have some fun together and see what it is we will like to do together tonight. All right, so make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed here on the YouTube side. If you're on the Twitch side, make sure that you follow us there. So let's go. First of all, let's bring in the great Mrs. Dadman Walking. Hey, sweetie, how are you tonight?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
What you got tonight?
Well, tonight while we are streaming, I am going to be working on a hat. I got my new camera, everybody, and I'm loving it. Let me turn the little light on here. There's a little light. And look, I'm working on a hat. I'll get the finished one. It's in another room and show you what a finished one's going to look like.
Oh, cool.
And hello, everybody in chat.
Yep.
So I'm going to go run and get it real quick.
All right.
And then I'll be right back.
Then I'll bring in the next guy, the Clown Prince of New Jersey himself. Forget the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's the Clown Prince of New Jersey, Wes Cagle. Wes, how are you tonight?
Clowning, just like a New Jersey fool should do.
All right. Well, that works. That works, especially on a Friday night. What usually goes for fun excitement in New Jersey on a Friday night in the summer?
Well, we used to, when I was younger, we used to go down to the, at least in the summertime, this time of year starts around this time of year. We go down to the shore and walk around the boardwalk and watch all the fools laughing at them. You know, of course, we're 3 sheets to the wind while we're laughing at them, but they're still funny.
No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mrs. Are you back?
Okay, because I mute and I can't tell if I'm muted or.
Yep.
Here's my hat that I got.
Yes, that you made. That was with some of that nice.
It's a slouchy hat. Look, and this is my new camera, guys. Look, it zooms out, and look, it zooms in, and then it zooms back out.
Cool.
But it's a slouchy hat. It's kind of like a bucket hat.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see with this, but like a bucket hat. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm making another one for somebody as a gift.
Yes,
okay.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah, that's going to be for my mom's helper, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, listen, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody out in the chat. We got Legatus Legionize. Hey, how are you, Legatus?
Hello.
And hello, Citros. Lemon Pie coming with a hello, fruitcakes, which we love.
Hello, fruitcakes.
Absolutely. Agent Atwood is saying, what's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
Good to see you. And Wes Cagle, whoever this guy is. But I'm
some idiot, I heard.
Yeah. Damn New Jersey folks just trying to butt in all the time. God,
he's the clown prince. He's the clown prince in New Jersey, as we said. So, follow Dave is here. Hey, Dave, how are you tonight? Good to see you. And let's see. That's pretty much, I think, it. Lemon Pie though says howdy to you and to me. And all right, we got 10 people on the YouTube side. Wow, thank y'all all being here so early tonight. And one on the YouTube side, the Twitch side. Make sure please follow us and hit that like button on the YouTube side and share it out. And we'll see where we go and have some fun tonight. All right, that's the chat in here.
I already messed up.
Oh, you did? How'd you mess up?
Dropped.
I just counted. No, I counted wrong.
Oh.
Now is that counted cross? Is that counted cross stitch?
This is crochet.
Yeah, you heathen.
Okay, I mean,
I hear cross stitch is embroidery.
Okay, but you're counting, and that's why you're saying you're counting there.
You have certain numbers of stitches that you have to do, and so you have to count them. You know, if it says to chain 15, if you chain 20, it's going to be wrong. So.
Yep.
And I'm changing colors.
Well, there you go.
You're right. He is a heathen.
I know. Well, I know these Thank you. I
I
specialize.
know there's got to be an easier way to change colors, but
You better be careful, Dad, man. She's gonna banish you to New Jersey with the rest of us heathens.
Well, hey, at least I got good company up there. Should it happen?
I got a couch for you.
There you go. I'll take the couch. Well, we were not able to meet.
I have a couch for him too. So,
well, we were not able to meet on Wednesday. So, what I decided to do was bring Wednesday forward to Friday night. Normally they do certain days of the years and stuff like that. And so, folks, we're going to really outside this, we'll squirrel. If y'all topics, West or you misses, if there's anything you want to talk about, we'll take it. We'll take it at a moment's notice.
okay.
So feel free if you got any ideas. Go ahead.
We lost another icon from our childhood television watching days today.
Which one was that?
Hot Lips Houlihan, Loretta Swift.
Yes.
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Yep.
I liked her more than just
her character really evolved during the show.
Yes, but I liked her as an actress. I mean, can I tell you other things she was in? No, but I liked her.
Yeah, I didn't really hear much in other things.
I think she was like in a lot like
she might have been on the Love Boat
like
everybody else.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and I liked her in those.
Yep.
Fantasy Island, the plane.
Oh God, yeah. I'll talk about those 70s TV shows. What were some of your favorite TV? Before we hit these topics and have the shortest stream in history, what are some of the great 70s TV shows that you guys liked?
I don't know what I can tell you what shows I like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know 70s. I mean, you know me.
Yeah, well, some of them crossed, from the 60s into the 70s. Some of them
and some went to 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Well, anything back in that. Anything back in that.
I love those stupid Fantasy Island and Magnum PI and all them.
Yeah. Greatest 70s television show ever. All in the Family.
Meathead.
Definitely a show you want to make nowadays.
Yeah, you can't play. Yeah.
Did we say that with like almost every show that we had back in the 70s?
Pretty much.
No,
yeah. Well,
I do think there's some that you could do. I even like I liked all those shows.
You could play today. You could play Barney Miller again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't very offensive.
Yeah. I wonder if you could do Soap. Soap was groundbreaking for its time.
Soap was groundbreaking. Yeah. I love Soap. I love Soap too. I love Jay Thomas, the ventriloquist. And Atwood said that we lost another great on Wednesday, the actor on Child's Play.
Yep.
Chucky, the person who did Chucky.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this.
Yeah, I remember like Chips. Emergency was a great
70s Emergency. You loved Emergency. Don't just.
Yeah.
You need to simp over it, honey, because you simp over Emergency, man.
Well, I did.
Which was which, but the guy with there was the two. Well, there was a lot of characters on the show, but the two guys that drove the squad car,
Randy Mantooth and Kevin Tighe,
the dark haired guy, Randy
Mantooth.
That was the guy I wanted to be. I'm like, I want to be that guy.
He was the one that always got injured.
Yeah.
And I would tell my sister that and when she'd watch the show that he really got injured on the show and that he wouldn't be coming back.
Oh God.
Oh no.
And she was very gullible and believed it. I felt a little bad, but just a little bit.
The younger sister, kept doing, right?
No, not the youngest, the middle.
No, right. Yeah, but younger than you.
Yeah, but not the youngest.
Right, well, I know, but it's so mean of you.
It's always the job of the older siblings to give the younger ones a hard time. That's the job.
We were so bad. I was bad. We were bad to our siblings. There were 5 of us, and we were bad. Yes, by the time the 5th one was around, there were no pictures because
Yeah.
they were tired.
Yeah.
So we always told them they were adopted.
Yes.
My youngest brother
We
always
were awful.
complained when we looked at the photo albums, like, "Hey, how come there's no pictures of me when I was a little kid?"
Oh, well,
Well, we've been meaning to share that to you.
we actually, a friend of mine and I got her brother confused. We had him convinced I had a twin brother, and he believed it for the longest time. We just, I'm not, it's like twin brother named Dwayne. And I was like, he believed us. I could not believe that we pulled that off. I really could not believe we actually had pulled that off. It was,
That's a terrifying thing that, you were actually,
yeah.
You were a twin. No.
There were some twins that I went to school with in my class in high school, and my wife actually, she's a twin, and this, I'm telling you, good Lord, these are evil people. They used to torment the teachers. They would switch classes, sit in with on each other's classes and just do all sorts of shenanigans and stuff. And I'm like, why would you do this to these poor teachers?
No, I know.
They don't get paid enough. They didn't get paid enough then. Hey, Chucky.
Hey. Well, it's crazy. All that stuff we used to do back then, it was really, really wild, really, really crazy. And it just, with TV, I mean, back to TV, is like we had Dukes of Hazzard. We had, we had all of our sex symbols, Linda Carter with Wonder Woman. And Dixie McCall was hot for for Emergency. They're just, Chips had the blonde Randy Oakes. I mean, they all had, and they were like supermodel type things that really made it was a comedy.
Back then, we just wanted to interject really quick because you were talking about they were all good looking. Back then, that was the point. We could see average and ugly in real life. When we watched TV, we wanted to see hot people. So
they're celebrities.
Yep.
They're celebrities, and you want that I don't know about you, but even today, I wish there was that glamour stuff. I don't want to see them in their sweatpants going to the grocery store. Hell, I can walk out the door and see that.
Yep.
I mean, you want that glamour. I'm not saying they shouldn't be human, but I don't want that.
Yep. Exactly. Well, there was
I know they go to the grocery store in their sweatpants. I just don't want
that's
paparazzi. I just don't want the paparazzi of it,
Well, there was a thread on Twitter or X, whatever you want to. I call it Twitter. It's Twitter.
I call it Twix. That way it gets them both.
Yeah. Well, they asked, and a lot of people that I follow, they all answered in succession. They asked, "Who was your first crush on television when you were growing up?" And it was
Sean Cassidy.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was quick.
Sean Cassidy and the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys. Oh man. Yeah.
Wow. That was
quick. I posted Aaron Gray.
Yeah. It was between Aaron Gray and Linda Carter for me. Probably Linda Carter, I think, by just a couple of years.
But I did like Parker Stevenson too.
But
he was the other
kind
Hardy
of name
boy.
is Parker? What name is Parker? Some little frat boy? I mean,
it's a cute guy that his birthday's actually at the next month.
Oh.
It's all stupid. Anyway, Parker.
How about you, Dad? Oh, who did you say, Dad? Man, I didn't. You said it was a toss-up, right?
Well, I said it, but kind of toss-up. But I Aaron Gray. But I think Aaron Gray missed about a few years because I think Linda Carter came first as Wonder Woman. I think mid-70s.
Yeah, Linda Carter was 78. I think Aaron Gray was 79.
Catherine Bach was very close time-wise.
Yeah.
I didn't even like the Duke of Hazzard guys. I mean, they weren't like, ooh.
Do you remember when they replaced them because they thought the car was the star of the show?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was awful.
Yeah, it was like New Coke.
No. Yes. Yeah, and she can sing. Yeah. Oh, that's an added benefit. So, but yeah, we've it just seemed like television was a lot better back then, more consistent.
Yeah, it's true.
And it just more modern television is a lot of built off other stuff from other countries, other IPs, or just they just don't seem to have the same originality, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
And but yeah, those 70s shows are great. We got BJ and the Bear. You know, it's like all kinds of stuff like that. And they had spinoffs. I mean, the spinoffs were something else, and they usually would take a life on their own.
Oh yeah, there were spinoffs of spinoffs in the 70s.
Well, yeah, Adam 12, which then Dragnet and Adam 12.
I remember Adam 12.
Yeah. So yep. And the theme songs to these shows were just amazing, like SWAT, Emergency. I mean, these theme songs, I think, were really a lot better.
I can see what year the Hardy Boys show came out.
I think it might have been like 76. I gotta look that up.
I'm trying to. And
Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you gotta look at because there's another one that was in 2020.
Let me see.
Another one in 2020.
We're in a contest.
It says it came out in 77. Yeah,
77 to 79.
Yep, I was the year off.
I was 13.
Well, I was 8.
I was 13. That's why I liked Sean Cassie.
Actually, it came out in January, so I was only 7 then. Still.
Okay, I was 12. I was 12.
Wow. You're just so old.
Me?
Yeah,
that couch is calling.
Yeah, bite me.
Sure. Okay. But hey, folks, we got 4 of y'all with us here. Thank you. It's a Friday night. We're out of practice, but hey, share it out. We'll see what happens. But hey, we're gonna have some laughs no matter what. We'll try to play somewhere in the USA if we have time. But let me approach the first thing that we got, and we can come back to TV shows as y'all think about it. But one of the days that Wednesday was a big day for me was May 28th. One of the days of celebration was National Brisket Day. I mean, who does anybody not like brisket? So
it's all right. I'm indifferent. You know, I'll eat it if it's there. I'm not gonna.
I like corned beef. I like corned beef brisket.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting because I mean I know a lot of people do prefer brisket. Sometimes it's a big brisket. So you never had brisket?
Honestly, if I'm gonna have like sliced meat or something like that, I would rather have pork than roast beef or anything like that.
Right.
So, but I do like corned beef and cabbage.
Well, I think the thing is how you prepare a brisket. I think you can't dry it out. You've got to make sure it has that moisture in it, like Buc-ee's does. You know, they do it where it has flavor, taste. It's not dried out, and so it's got to be done right. Yeah. Fallout Dave said Yogi Bear like picnic basket. Picnic basket. Snort of Poop is also calls it a picnic basket. Also,
it's a picnic basket.
Yeah. So, but yeah. No, boo-boo. Well, that's interesting. I think that's interesting that y'all were really indifferent to National Brisket Day then.
Well,
I'm just not a big fan of brisket.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I have one friend on the campground that cooks it every, twice a year, I think, the beginning of the season and the end of the season. And he's got this smoker he breaks out. And it takes him like the entire day to cook this thing too. So, it's just plenty of juice. I mean, it's good. He cooks it very good, but it's not something I seek out, but I'll eat it if it's there.
I like corned beef, and that's made from.
Yeah, brisket. I do like that corned beef. You get it with some cabbage,
and potatoes and carrots.
Oh no cabbage for me.
No cabbage.
Well, my relatives are. I'm a quarter Hungarian, and so that side of the family, all they did was cook boiled cabbage of and I'm like. No, enough. Stuffed cabbage, this, boiled cabbage, this.
I love cabbage.
Yep. Yeah, so Mrs. Will, we actually, Mom's rehab place, we were actually glad she was back there for a little bit this year because she was there again over St. Patrick's Day, so we got the corned beef and cabbage again. It was really good at that place.
Good.
So, well, here's enjoy some brisket. It's pretty much arguable that the best way to celebrate National Brisket Day is to have a deliciously prepared brisket. Pick up a beer of your choice and let it finish cooking for the next hour, and there you go. Some different things you can do is go out to a meal at a local restaurant that serves brisket, like your Buc-ee's. Ideally, you're looking for an establishment that takes cheaper cuts of meat and then prepares them in such a way that makes them taste far more expensive than they actually are. Going to a local restaurant along with your friends and family is showing support for everyone involved in the supply chain, from the restaurant owner to the counter rancher. Many restaurants make a point of serving brisket. They want to prove that it's possible to make even the cheapest cuts of beef taste amazing. They see it as a challenge. Some, for instance, use special tenderizing techniques and serve it rare. Well, that's something with you, Mrs. That's something close to your heart. You hate dried out meat, overcooked meat. I didn't even say it with that intention, but you.
I said something during the stream this afternoon, and oh my gosh, it was like, oh, that didn't sound right. I can't remember what it was. It was something kind of along those lines. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna.
Yeah. It was something I said. It was during Dadman's Fortnite stream. He was talking to Vader about something. It was something about putting it in Vader or something.
I mean, joystick didn't work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I think they need to get somebody like that going forward. When you talk to the AI and it talks back to you like that. Those have been some fun streams with Vader and that.
I have never gotten Vader yet.
Well, you have to play with me because we end up getting Vader most every time.
I forget to look for him because I get focused on doing.
Yeah. Actually, I'm more into talking Vader than necessarily playing the game.
Yeah,
I keep getting the Storm.
Shit talks him all day.
Yeah, I just sit there interviewing him, and then next thing you know, damn, Storms come by. So
that's what I said. There was one time you were standing there in front of him, and you were just going back and forth, drawing with him back and forth. And I saw the announcement said Storm's coming, and I said, "You better move, Dad, man. Storm's gonna get you."
Move it.
It was we're just having fun. So. Well, like I said, you can go out. Slow cooking is a good way to get your brisket right too. I mean, we've got brother-in-laws that do brisket and beef and stuff.
I think you cook it low and slow, and that.
Well, it's like prime rib. Also, prime rib is a great piece of meat, but when you cook the hell out of it, it becomes shoe leather.
Well, the thing is I think it's so funny. They say a cheap cut of meat. There is no such thing as a cheap cut of meat. You have an expensive cut of meat and you have an outrageously expensive cut of meat now.
Nowadays, that's for sure.
Nothing is fatback used to be cheap, but it's not now.
Yep.
When I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money when I was younger, but I never knew it until I started, hanging out with some of my other friends. I'm like, damn, we poor, but we used to eat London broil.
I did that.
Yeah,
that was our cheap cut of meat, London broil.
Our steak was, and I don't know what cut it is. I really don't know, but my mom would cook it on the grill, and then she'd slice it. So maybe it was a London broil. I don't know, but it was a cheap cut of meat, but it was good.
Well, they used to use every picnic. I remember the adults used to take a big piece of fat. I mean, fatback, I guess it was. And they used to grill it. They used to call it, God, what was it? What they call it? Solenoid or something? They used to call, and they used to grill it with bread and onions and peppers. And then, but the fat, the fat wasn't part of the meal. It was just used to cook the, over the grill, to cook the bread and the onions and the peppers.
I've never heard of that.
I think it was called Solana or something. I don't even remember. Yeah, something like that. I have to look this up. I don't. Well, like you said, I'm like a mutt. I've got a quarter of different things, and the Italian and Hungarian section of me, those two quarters, they used to eat some weird stuff.
They can.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah, but Huh. Yeah. Are y'all there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
I,
Yeah.
We
We were waiting for you. We were wondering if there was more to.
Yeah, I heard a pop or something. And it was like, then y'all were
that was
so
my
quiet.
shoulder.
Oh, and it was like
Getting
y'all
old.
were
It
so
was the
quiet.
weasel.
Yeah, and it was like so quiet that it's like, what the hell? Did something
Yep.
happen?
No.
Did it shut
We
down?
said
Because
our
I'm
bit.
focusing, man. I'm
Yep.
trying not to mess this up.
Well, we
No,
said our
no.
bit, and we were waiting to see if there was more talking
Yeah.
about brisket day.
I wonder if we could throw brisket into our grok with our porta potties and stuff. But anyway,
Oh my God.
Brisket in a porta potty.
So try unique varieties. There are many recipe options. Barbecued brisket is a classic, but today's chefs are so inventive, you're now spoiled for choice for how you prepare your meat. Yeah, always about meat preparation. It's in the preparation and the process. So, and we still got
I am so
Paula Dude
horrible
not
at
saying
crocheting.
anything.
Anybody that crochets is going to look at me and go, "You are one of the worst crocheters ever."
No,
That's because we're distracting you.
Yeah, that's too funny. So let's see. The history of National Brisket Day. History of brisket dates back to this is silly, to ancient history. Practically ever since humans reared cattle, people would sacrifice animals. What?
Sorry. I mean, no, that statement.
Yeah. Well, people
Brisket's
would sacrifice.
been around since they killed animals. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
People would sacrifice animals on special occasions and eat every part of the animal, including the brisket cut. Texas barbecue brisket is one of the most popular ways to prepare it. Chefs marinate the meat for 24 to 48 and cook it in a unique wood or charcoal-fired barbecue oven. See, I think a lot of it is also how the meat, the wood you use, that gives it the flavor.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Of course.
Do you do a lot of barbecuing or West, or do you rely on others?
No, no. I will. I've got a grill out back. It's not. It depends on the mood. And most of the time, it's a lot easier just to fire up the propane grill. But if I'm having a campfire, I'll sometimes I'll grab a little round grill, throw it right over top of the thing, and that's where I'll cook the hot dogs. The hot dogs are best on that, or if I'll throw some kibasi on there and just grill it right over the wood. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, kibasa is good with a little bit of peppers and onions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of Mrs. favorite just here at the house is just
The
throw
kielbasa.
that together.
Yeah,
kielbasa.
Slice it into little discs, put it in the cook. I cook the kielbasa, then I cook the peppers and the onions in the fat from the kielbasa, and then I don't ever drain it because that's the best part. And then I put it all in with the rice and scrape in all the drippings, I guess you would call it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I cook it two different ways. Sometimes on the grill. Sometimes I put it in a Corningware pot with a little, like you said, a little bit of water, and then I slice up potatoes and carrots and maybe a little bit of onion. Put it in there and put it in the oven, and let's just let it cook for
that would be
about
good.
an hour or so. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, time, like you said, slow and low.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have a particular type of wood that you like? I know some people do oak, or some do different things, cherry. I mean,
Well, we usually start the fire with pine and then throw in the oak afterwards. But that's just because we're doing a campfire, so it's inconsequential that we're actually cooking over it. I don't really think about anything. If you want to get some good cooking fire, you throw some hickory wood or something in there. I think.
Okay, that's cool. Careless cooking often resulted in tough meat, so people developed techniques to get the most of the cut. After all, you can make brisket taste good. Is a great way to get delicious and cheap meat. In the old days, you couldn't store meat in a refrigerator. The technology didn't exist. After 48 hours following the death of the animal, the carcass would begin to turn, meaning the butcher had to cook and eat it fast. Friday evenings, therefore, became the traditional day on which people would cook up the remaining cuts of meat uneaten and unsold throughout the week. People found that barbecuing meat and adding marinades and sauces provide the best flavor. And so the rationale for holding National Brisket Day celebrations were born. National Brisket Day is also heavily associated with smoked meats, not just brisket. Again, butchers had to use smoking to preserve the meats so that it wouldn't go off. See, there's one thing here, like the missus does not like smoked meats, right?
No, not normally. I do not. I do not like stuff that is smoked.
And it's because of the smoky.
I just don't like the taste. It might be the wood that they use, but it's just not my favorite. Smoked meat is not my favorite.
See, to
I
me,
don't
that's
like
not really
those turkey legs. I mean, those turkey legs at Disney and places like that, they just taste like ham to me.
Yeah. No,
it's just,
I got you. I agree. I understand. Let's see. For that reason, they took cuts of meat such as ribeye or tenderloin, put them in smoke sheds. The process killed off all the bacteria, created compounds that would inhibit the growth of harmful bugs of the future. And hello, Grandpappy Borkus. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Ready for chaos? How are y'all? We are trying to arrange chaos as we can. Thankfully, we got 6 people here, so you guys help us cause some chaos out there. And Wes Cagle has now responded with grog. Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's Steve.
A double decker.
Yeah.
It's a double decker of meat.
It is. Surely is. I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's charcoals in there maybe or something because
it's the warmer.
Yeah. No.
Oh man! Wow.
Oh, there you go. There's the cartoon.
I love that one. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I like the fact that there's a grill in the porta potty here this time.
I like the funny looking smile on their face.
Yeah, I know. I like that one too. Now I got to ask this one, Grandpappy. I've had horses before. Would unicorn be much different? Do you mean you owned horses or did you eat horses? And would unicorn be different?
Unicorn's sweeter.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be glittery.
Yeah, you become immortal if you eat unicorn, but you're damned to eternal damnation anyway, though. So.
Well, see, my granddad was in the old horse cavalry in the 1930s, and I actually saw his discharge paper from Texas, from the horse cavalry, and I'm like, it's. And he told me about what they had to eat back then too. Yes. Oh, you've eaten horses before, or. Wow. But yeah, it's very stringy. I think it's stringy, or he said it was either the horse or it was the donkey that they served. It was like very stringy. It was very tough to eat. But hey,
because it's a lot of muscle.
Yeah. And back then they used everything they had, like this article was saying, that you didn't waste anything. You used every part of the animal.
Yep.
So now, why is brisket such a versatile cut of meat? It's because it comes from the cow's lower chest, making it tough but full of connective tissue. So, now, like you said, Mrs., when cooked slowly, the tissue breaks down into gelatin, creating tender, flavorful meat. The versatility allows it to shine in barbecue, soups, and even stews across different cultures. So... So that's with the low and slow and cooking. Yes, donkey tends to be stringy, horses often tougher. Yep. I have heard that. What's the connection between brisket and Irish American traditions? In Irish American communities, brisket plays a starring role in corned beef and cabbage, additionally to St. Patrick's Day. Irish immigrants adapted the recipe in the U.S., swapping lamb for brisket since it was cheaper and more accessible. So there you go. You changed it there too. How did brisket become a barbecue icon in Texas? Brisket rose to fame in Texas thanks to German and Czech immigrants in the 19th century, where they introduced slow smoking methods and specialized in tough meat cuts like brisket. Today, like Buc-ee's, Texas-style brisket seasoned simply with salt and pepper is celebrated worldwide. That's something really cool, is when you can just take and have something good that's salt and pepper. But just basic seasonings. So, what do you think, Mrs.?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you're focusing on that thing, counting too.
So, no, actually, I think I took a little nap.
Well,
Sorry.
Busy day today.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people overseason stuff. I think just a good salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of garlic is really all you need.
All right, take care, Atwood. Thanks for stopping by. Well, it's like we talked about going to
Yeah,
steakhouses.
it would.
Going to steakhouses. They always look at us. Do you want steak sauce? And what do we say? No.
I say if it's a good cut of meat and cooked right, you don't need steak sauce.
No.
It says if I'm asked for sauce, it means you got a suck ass piece of meat there.
Yep.
And it's the only way I can eat it is by dousing it in sauce and covering it all.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't even use steak sauce. I just use ketchup.
Do you use steak sauce, West?
I usually if I'm grilling something, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be beef. It could be chicken. It could be pork.
Mm-hmm.
I take Bullseye barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Well, see, barbecuing it when you're doing the barbecue, I can see that, but when
yeah,
God dang it,
but like with steaks, yeah, it's like
I don't use any kind of steak sauce, but I will after it's done cooking. Even when I put it on the plate, I'll put more barbecue sauce right on top of it again. So
yeah, Grandpappy said I've had cheap cuts of meat. I can say sauce is rarely needed if done right. Exactly. That's our motto. That's our thing. Especially when you're paying what you're paying for these things now. It's like, geez, I don't want to bury it with a sauce. I want a good steak that tastes right coming off the grill.
I don't want to cook it like shoe leather either.
Yeah, no. But did you know vegetarians can celebrate National Brisket Day also by making brisket from plant-based proteins like seitan or jackfruit?
Yeah, seitan.
Why?
Right.
Why? Then it's not brisket.
Ugh.
It's not brisket. I'm just don't.
Well, what?
If they want things so much to be like meat, why don't they just freaking eat meat?
I understand, but there are alternatives from this standpoint. These alternatives mimic the texture and flavors of slow cooked brisket. That's well. Here we have Mrs. Being way out in the open. So, in Texas, simplicity reigns with just salt and pepper. Koreans often use a sweet soy marinade for brisket and bulgogi dishes, and I like bulgogi. I've had that a few times.
Bulgogi is good.
God bless you.
Oh, West. I think we lost West with the vegetarian option. So Grandpappy likes the cheap cuts. It's good for thinly slicing, stir frying. Yeah, carne asada. Yep. Meanwhile, Mexicans use adobo spices for brisket and tacos or tamales, showcasing its global adaptability. So that was from Wednesday, which was National Brisket Day. Which is, like I said, we had this held up left over from Wednesday when we weren't able to meet. But so either one of y'all, so brisket you're good with, but you have other preferences, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of meat if you had to pick one? I mean, do you prefer pork or chicken or something else?
I usually eat chicken. Yeah, I eat a lot. I eat a lot of chicken.
If I had to choose, I don't know. What do I really like to eat? I like a steak. So beef, I guess.
Okay. But that works.
I like a good hamburger too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Grandpappy said vegetarians are monsters eating all the food of the animals. We should eat vegetarians to help animals. There you go.
Yeah, see, they I understand they're trying to streamline the whole thing. They go right to the source and eat the food that the animals are eating. But hey.
Yeah. I know, I'm going to say that I understand that with some of the practices with obtaining meat are not right. And I can I can see kind of where they're coming from, and that if that's their reason why. But
Yeah.
you know,
I had my sister-in-law, she was a huge every time we went out, she ordered veal all the time. And when the waiter come by, she'd order her veal, and I'd be like, "Yeah, can we get that extra cruel?"
Oh God.
veal is and the pate, goose pate is not.
Ugh.
It's the way they get that is not
Mhm.
Oh man.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's my only problem. One of my biggest problems, and I mean, it bears out in reality with vegetarians is the vegetarians tend to be the same lunatics that are running around protesting people like Elon Musk for streamlining the government and stuff like that. And they always have the crazy eyes too. I don't know.
Mhm.
It just strikes me
I
as
think they are, but I do get it's a very very like a stereotypical thing.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn
let's
hippies.
take you damn hippies. Well, speaking of damn hippies, we're gonna take a look at some memes here
Ooh.
tonight. So we're here, smoked brisket, not meth.
That
This
does
is-
look good though.
Yeah, it does. It'd be good
Yeah.
for Florida there. And it just started
Is it
raining.
raining?
It is raining
Oh wow.
at nearly 11
Hey,
o'clock
did
at
you,
night.
my brother sent me a video like yesterday, day before.
Oh yeah, they had
from you guys.
hellacious storms
Good
down
Lord,
there.
yeah. I was
It
like,
was
oh
south
my
of
God.
us. It's south of where we were, but they had tornado hit the ground, which is we don't really have a lot of tornadoes in this area.
Wow.
So when it happens, it's a big thing. The only times
Yeah.
usually we get tornadoes is around hurricanes. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to hear.
oh
this
gosh,
is-
I love Grandpappy real quick. Fun fact. I have no fun fact. I just like saying fun fact. That's nice.
Well, I have a fun fact
Okay, what's that?
that Grandpappy does not have fun facts.
Oh, okay. Well, what
Yeah.
did you have, Wes?
This is. I don't know if the sound will come through, but this is what he sent me. He sent me this video.
Let me get down to that. Okay. Oh yeah. Hold on a sec. I gotta take this down. Hold on a second.
It was right at his back porch.
Yeah, I thought I could just switch one to the other. Okay.
Yeah. Here.
Oh my.
The well,
Wow.
yeah, won't. Let me see if I get it there. Nope. There it is. Oh, hang on. There it is.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You can see he shows me. He's like, yeah, the lawn chairs are going in the pool.
A lot of times when they have big storms, that's what they do is you throw all your lawn furniture in the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Keep
yeah,
it from
keeps
blowing
it from
away.
flying away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I shared one out there on Twitter today. You know, hurricane season starts actually 2 days from now, and
Oh my gosh, again?
yep. And basically, we'll have to do some memes and stuff. I like talking hurricanes, especially if they're coming, because I like to see what's going on, see what the forecasts are. Got plenty of memes. The biggest thing, as long as you don't get the damage, that's the thing. But we have plenty of them, and one of them has like the yarn furniture all there, and one chair's blown over, and like we will remember the hurricane of 2045, 2025. It's like, because what has happened a lot of times in recent years, they get all these big hubbubs, and then nothing really happens.
Mm.
Which is bad because when one really comes, they're going to say, people are going to go, yeah, right. And they're not going to leave. And then it's going to be bad. I'm afraid that's what's going to happen here. It's going to say, and then.
Yep.
Yeah, because they got people to where they'll shut down a day or two ahead. But I mean, I joke now, my work will work through the hurricanes. It's like, geez, because and we got burned by, you call it, and then all of a sudden, nothing happens, or whatever they say would happen just doesn't. Either it turns or it fizzles or whatever happens, but you just don't know.
And you can't be, you get upset. It's like you're like, oh, damn, it didn't hit us. But
no,
it's
thank
more,
God it didn't hit us. You're supposed to say.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
some of it is, it's like, like I say, I'm like, so when one really is going to be, people are just not going to, they're just not going to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys remember 99. It was It was August in '99 when Hurricane Floyd came through.
Oh, that was the worst one. Yeah,
Yeah, that was bad. It came all the way up
it,
the coast, hit us in
yeah.
Jersey, and yeah,
Well,
they
it
they
was.
actually closed. Our postmaster told us deliver what you can, and see what happened. Every single route in all of New Jersey, everybody came back about halfway through. I'm the only fool in New Jersey delivered my whole route that day.
Well, there you go.
Good for
See,
you,
I
man.
stayed at work. But unfortunately,
I was
Mrs.
so.
Yeah,
I was. It was. What year was that?
99 is you were
99.
pregnant.
Yeah.
I was so. It was awful because
Yeah.
he stayed at work because they wouldn't give him the time. So instead of just leaving, and I'm sitting at home, I'm literally sitting in the middle of the floor, sobbing because I was so stressed because I didn't know what to pack. He's like, just get ready in case we have to leave. I didn't know what to get. I just couldn't think. And
Yeah.
and then
But
they
if you
ended
need
up
to
giving
most of the time,
everybody that left
yeah,
the
admin
time off
time. Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
It's like anyway.
Yeah, well, I got home. I delivered my whole route. Got home, and my wife was cooking. Food. Now she was 7 months pregnant,
Hmm.
and I got home and we're cooking. We had her sister and her husband over. Because everybody decided we'll all be in the same house together just in case something happens. All of a sudden, she's at the sink and she goes, "Oh my God, my water just broke."
Oh,
The
geez.
pressure system, all
Yeah.
that. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yep. Yep. Had a
Well,
driver. Thank God I had a my Jeep Wrangler got us all the way through to the hospital. It
yeah.
was awesome.
Wow.
Well, Grandpappy said, fun fact, if you want free flying lessons, stay in the way of hurricane. Either you take off or get blindsided by something.
True.
Or you can be like,
Usually,
half the news. Go ahead, Mrs.
usually the hurricane part, you just will get blindsided by something. It's if you happen to be in the way of the tornado that the hurricane spawns.
Or the eye wall.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
eyeball could get
yeah.
you.
Oh,
And there's
but
always
hey,
some fool
be like
out
all the
there yelling at the hurricane.
well, be like the meteorologists out there standing like they're being blown
Yes.
over, and then people
Yes.
walking by in shorts just casually down the road. Like that's the best thing is this overstated news coverage. It's like you're gonna die, everything's gonna, and then it's like
I'm not asking you to panic, but
I'm out.
it's going to be bad.
We're going into the building. We're concerned about it. Whatever happened to adventuresome reporting to show people like that? That's why I like Weather Chasers. But I mean, but it's the worst. It's like the Weather Channel, some of the other places where they've actually shown, they're bracing themselves to do all this, like, and then people are just walking right by the shot, right behind us, like there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
But Dave is unique, as he always is. He's gone to work in a blizzard and a hurricane.
Yeah. Yep. Same thing. Oh, well, Fallout Dave's from Jersey, like me. So yeah, I've done that one.
You said then they stand in a ditch to pretend there's flooding. We have a place, Black Creek, that one of my coworkers said if the anchor with her waders had been about 10 feet back, she'd have gone underwater.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like they don't do anything. Grandpappy said, well, see, when I was working, I was in a concrete building. In the middle of a building, bone saw was fairly safe. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and that shot, Elo acting like the wind is blowing and the guys walk by. Yeah, that happens so often.
Yep.
So it's so
You have
awesome.
you have somebody on the side throwing stuff at them.
Yeah.
The branches. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. By the way, Dave, Florida boy moved to Denver for a while, but yeah.
okay.
Oh, they'll do it, and Mrs. has seen it on the inside of the news. They'll set it all up and they'll play and prep it. And
I've seen them put those big fans out there so they can get extra wind.
God,
It's so silly. It's so silly.
it is sad. It is sad. But hey, what's not sad is brisket. So we'll get back to that. So we'll be able to talk some of that and some funny memes at some point. For my new diet, I eat only one taco.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's funny. If
anyone
funny.
ever puts this on a plate in front of me, you will simply cease to exist. Description: vegan brisket. Unreal flavor and texture.
Yeah, that's like that. It's like that. What is that? Is that at McDonald's? The Impossible Burger? I'm like, yeah,
That's
it's Impossible
Burger King.
Burger King.
Burger
Yeah.
King. Yeah.
Oh God. Limp
Now,
brisket.
I will say that's funny. I will say there are some people that can't eat meat because they have an allergy to it. A lot of times, if you have Lyme disease, you could actually develop an allergy to meat.
Hmm.
And so I could see, having that alternative if you really can't eat it, but just don't make everybody eat it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
That's, I guess, the biggest thing I have with not all, I'm not going to say all vegetarians, but with the radical vegetarians is that we need to follow what they believe. And that's what irks me more than anything is not the vegetarianism in itself, but the radical extremists that we should not eat anything that has legs or
I don't eat
eyes.
anything with a face.
Yeah. Well, they will just give you the rump roast then, and then you don't have to worry about
it. That too. That. Let's see. I'm just trying to deal with something. Sorry. Oh man, yeah, it's rump roast. That's how the hell do you get the name rump roast?
Isn't it near the rump?
I thought it was the ass end of the animal.
It's like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the part. I thought it was near the rump.
It's like the flank.
The flank.
Hence the name. The shoulder is. I don't know where the shoulder is. I don't know.
Well, I guess then the filet mignon is where the mignon is.
It was where the mignon. The mignon.
The mignon. Damn French.
Damn. Merde.
It's typical.
The only thing I know how to say in French. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite part. There's a movie from the 70s called Waterloo. About Battle of Waterloo, obviously, and at the end when the British got him surrounded, they're telling him, "You fought honorably. It's time to surrender." The old guard just yells back, "Merde!" My favorite part.
Damn.
Yells back, what?
Merde.
Which is damn. M-E-R-D-E. Merde.
Okay.
I hate these stupid things. I'm going to have to buy some different stitch markers. These are breaking. I'm just too rough on them, I guess.
Yeah, they are breaking?
Yeah. I don't like them.
Right. Let's see where we go with that. All right, let's do this. All right, we got back here. We'll get through these brisket memes, and then we got another very interesting topic for everybody tonight.
Oh,
I hear stupid. Who needs me? Oh, you'll miss so much when you realize everything has lactose in it. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. All right. Just Dave said, just tell them. Hold on. Dave said, just tell them that plant scream when cut.
Yeah.
I had some memes where they showed
oh no
plants that looked like they had been.
Grandpappy got a cheese allergy. Mrs. Cheese.
Yeah.
Wow. And hail to JT Kirk. Hail JT.
Kirok. I am Kirok.
All right. Well, here's your limp brisket again. for you rockers out there.
God.
Yeah.
Durst.
Yeah. What? Oh, what's that? What about? Go ahead.
Red Durst. That's him with Red Durst.
It's like I like the way they put the eyes in it.
That's just wrong.
All right. So let's see. Wife said she was, quote, in labor and needed to go to the hospital. Well, sorry, honey, but I just put on a 12-hour brisket.
Yeah. God.
Texas
priorities, man. Priorities.
Yeah. Well, like this one, Texas version of a mixed salad.
Oh my gosh.
You got 2 different ribs. You got a whole bunch of ribs. You got looks like chicken, sausage, all that in there. So, and then Northerner, I call Yankee. You guys want to come to a barbecue? Me, sure. What kind of barbecue? Pulled pork or brisket? Northerner, hot dogs.
Stairs in Southern.
Yes.
Bless your heart.
Exactly.
Which means, what does it mean in Southern when you say that?
You're about to meet Jesus, you know.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my favorite
you
barbecue.
you are an idiot.
Pulled pork's my favorite barbecue. Love it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let me see what's something here.
Never mind.
When you don't click your tongs twice before grilling, this happens.
You know, that reminds me that we had a grill, and I kept telling the wife, I think we need a new grill. This thing's we're starting to have issues with this thing. So she's like, yeah, it's fine. I go outside, I throw the steaks and I think a kielbasa, and I had a couple things going on. I closed the lid. I went inside to grab some other stuff. I come outside, the grill's on fire. I mean, outside, the whole outside.
Oh my gosh.
The whole grill was engulfed. I'm like, yeah, this ain't working no more.
I think you'd be broken.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was hysterical. I'm like, oh my God.
So was it a gas grill, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Or was it...
That's horrible.
Yeah,
because it's like
I'm like, I don't think the flame's supposed to be on the outside.
No. Well, you know what's weird with this meme is that I until I saw it, even if I do like corn dogs in the deep air fryer, I do 2 clicks. It's like, what? It's just, I didn't even think about it before this. It's like an automatic reflex. You click them twice before grilling. So, anyway, let me see here. Yeah, Grandpappy says dogs and burgers ain't barbecue. It's a sad day. JT says not in Michigan or Wisconsin. We have kielbasa, bratwurst, all manager Polish in Germany, and holy meats. You don't ask what they're made of. That's still better than when they put fake meat on the grill. Thanks to Fallout Dave.
Well, see, I think that, to me, a barbecue is not hot dogs and stuff. It's a cookout.
Yeah.
We're going to have a cookout. That's when you can do hamburgers and hot dogs and all that. But a barbecue is when you're smoking it and, it doesn't take, 5 minutes to cook something.
Yep.
Go on, Bill. Hey, get your propane. Nice, sweet blue flavor propane. Anyway,
I sell propane and propane accessories.
It's like, jeez. And then here we go. This brisket is so dry that Mojave sent it a cease and desist notice.
Oh my God. Now you got to talk like Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, let me do it again. This brisket is so dry that Mojave sent it a cease and desist notice, you bloody fool. It's raw. It's bloody raw. Actually, it's blurred. It's a shoe leather. It's a hockey puck. Like my brother I had a brother-in-law that would cook hamburgers as hockey pucks, but then, yeah.
Undercooked chicken.
Undercooked chicken. Yes, exactly. So.
We actually had a cookout. It was my nephew's first birthday this past weekend. And they actually had a cookout, and the hamburgers were good.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
It was, they were cooked perfectly. They were still had moisture in them. Mm-hmm. They were good. I told him too. I said, man, you cook these perfectly.
Yeah.
Normally I don't eat hamburgers at a cookout.
I don't cook burgers or dogs too bad on the grill. I like cooking on the grill, but I am terrible cooking chicken. I just dry the hell out of chicken on the grill. I cannot cook chicken on the grill. I'm good at deep frying it. I can deep fry it really good, but I cannot. I just butcher it, man. It's awful. It's a shame.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we got that. And JT says it's bloody shite. I wouldn't serve this to my dead cousins.
It's
Yes.
bloody shite. I wouldn't serve it to my cousin
Who the
who
hell let
happens
you
to
in the
be
kitchen?
dead.
Yes.
Yes.
And here we go. This spot reserved for good old boys that know how to smoke brisket.
I've seen that one.
All right.
That's funny.
Yep. All right. Well, that's that one. We got that one there. And JT said you should try grilling beans. Sources tell him the beans don't burn in the kitchen. The beans don't burn on the grill. Oh God. That's what good. No. It's one of those 70s shows we were talking about earlier. Beans don't burn in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Yeah, was it Good Times or moving on
Good
up?
time. No, I think it was
No,
just moving on up to the very fair apartment in the sky. No, I think that was Good Times.
Don't burn in the kitchen. Don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill.
That's
Yeah, I think it's the Jeffersons. Yeah.
Maybe it is the Jefferson.
Yeah.
The fact that you know that song, Wes Cagle, is very sad. Sorry.
Hey man, I know that one. I know the Good Times one.
It's still very sad.
Well, that's a spinoff of All in the Family, the greatest show of all time.
Yep.
Meathead.
Meathead. Yeah, JT's finishing.
And he's still a meathead.
Yeah, he's finishing here at Jefferson's. Oh, Grandpappy said, you know what's damn good on a grill? Liver and onions, side of kraut.
Oh, I love liver and onions. Oh.
And if you have some haggis, wow.
Haggis, the only way haggis is good, you gotta eat it while it's warm. Once it starts cooling down, it congeals and it's nasty. Right. But if you eat it while it's still hot, it's good.
Anything that involves tripe, I'm not gonna eat. I'm sorry.
You don't have to, but
I just can't.
Don't have to.
It might taste good, but just the fact I know what it is. If I didn't know what it was, it'd probably be all right.
You just got to be ignorant, man. You got to be ignorant.
Well, I'm gonna take a moment here. Our friend Clifton 3D, help him out. He's getting low level laser beams shot in the bloodstream to help with some issues. He's trying to raise up enough money to get 10 of these treatments and to cover the full treatment. So each session costs €100. It needs 10 of them. $12.50 is the goal. And of course, is at givesendgo.com. Clifton 3D laser. So if you get a chance, either tweet it out, retweet it, or if you're able to donate, we appreciate being able to help him out. And he's a good friend of the channel, and hopefully so that he can get these to help a need that he has. So want to always remember our friends and things out there like with that. So please go ahead and do that if you can. JT or Fallout Out David, if y'all are able to put this link out in the chat, you can. The givesendgo.com, Clifton 3D lasers, I'd appreciate it. All right. Probably not my best segue into the next topic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that is kind of funny. I think I know what it is. Do I know what it is?
Yeah, because also on Wednesday was something else.
Yep, it was.
Yep. I'm just going to get back to my news story so I can read it properly. It's let's see. Let's see. It was also
Oh my gosh.
What?
You're taking forever.
I'm trying to get the story up. Okay, this is going to be interesting. And of course, we only have. I think we only have one lady here today.
The only female here.
I think you're the only female here. I mean, that's what's so it's lost the effect. I mean, we have no other females out in the chat, so I mean, so I guess it'll be a guy version of it. So thank you, JT, for putting
it'll be my
there.
version of it.
All right. Well, hey, but yes, this is Miss. Oh, shut up, JT. Now Grandpappy wants Rocky Mountain oysters. So
I see. I don't know if I could eat them because I do know what those are.
Hush puppies.
They're goat. I think goat testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not goat testicles. They're testicles, but I don't
They're
think
just
of a
not-
goat.
Bull.
All right.
They're bull testicles.
Well, Wednesday was also Menstrual Hygiene Day.
Yes.
May 28th was Menstrual Hygiene Day. Celebrated
And I'm stopping so that we can talk about it here.
celebrated annually, focuses on the importance of proper menstrual hygiene management. It's not about talking; it's about doing. From creating catchy digital menstruation bracelets to spreading awareness, to engaging government organizations.
Why?
What?
A menstruation bracelet?
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with women?
Well, that's what this is saying. How you can celebrate it day, because the day is making strides towards a world where period poverty and stigma are things of the past.
Okay, I know where this is going, and I do think I agree with that. But go ahead.
Okay. The ultimate goal is to make sure no one is held back just because they menstruate, aiming to a future where periods are a normal fact of life by 2030.
Well, okay. You're thinking about this country.
Yeah.
There's so many countries that women do not have access to any feminine hygiene products, whether they're menstrual pads that they can wash and use, or any type of thing that they can use. And when they have their periods, they don't go to school. So these girls, they lose education. There's a stigma with it. So yeah, it's a big thing. We actually had an organization that, and I'm being serious, guys. I'm sorry, because it's a big deal in a lot of countries. That it's hard enough in a lot of countries for females, just because of the culture, and you add this to it, it makes it even harder for them. And there are actually organizations that they make reusable pads that you wash them. They're cloth, and they can go down to the river where they wash their clothes and wash them along with everything else. And that part of that stigma is gone. So but
the article says that the day is crucial because over 500 million women and girls globally lack proper access to health hygiene facilities, and the lack of access affects their health, education, overall well-being. So it's more than just access to sanitary products. It includes having clean and safe spaces to change, ability to wash with soap and water, and hygienically disposing of used products. Importantly, it involves education on menstruation to manage it with dignity without discomfort or fear. So, for those many reasons that you've said, and it's also the day is to reduce the negative impact of poor health and hygiene on girls and women's education, health, and overall life chances. So the history of it is that May 28th for its annual celebration wasn't random. It cleverly mirrors the average menstrual cycle of 28 days and the 5 days of menstruation, aligning with May being the 5th month. So it's wrapped up into the whole experience in one day. And the purpose of the day is to break the taboos and spread word that it is normal and should be stigma-free. The aim is to ensure everyone can manage their menstruation safely, hygienically, without shame by 2030.
And and it should not be something that, sometimes even couples find it difficult to talk about it. And it shouldn't be. It's just part of life. And we should just be able to deal with it.
Exactly. So it was interesting. It's really interesting that's.
So do you have any period memes?
Yeah, of course I do.
I figured you did.
We're going to. I mean, we
memes, just lyrics, just limericks.
We got we got the serious part, and we got the
no, I have no problem with with memes. I was hoping you did.
Yay. So we got this. We got this now. Let's see about the people in the here. Grandpappy said if it helps, I was a hoe. I played a female role a few times. JT said they need to sell those men's bracelets as accessory on Fortnite. So
Gosh.
Dave's saying they have tampons for dudes, so bracelets aren't the craziest things.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, JT, for the Cowboys fans. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Follow Dave says it's true. Mrs. Something angry Karen's yelling at cameras about on TV about how hard to have it in the U.S. and think about.
Oh yeah, yes, and yeah, I'm so tired of hearing how oppressed we are us women are in the United States. Oh, come on. I'm not saying there's not things that as females that are not the greatest, but go live in another country. Go live overseas and then come back here and bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? Yeah. No, File Dave. No.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Don't highlight mine. Don't highlight mine, please.
I like that. I'm afraid to do it. I would be afraid to do it too. So let's take a look at these memes, and we'll have some laughs with these two.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Wes Cagle. Do not put that one up, Dad man. You will know what it is.
I don't even see it in the back.
Oh, just don't even look. It's a comment. Just don't look at it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Shame on you, Mr. Cagle.
Well, see, listen. I have all the sympathy in the world. However, I still remember that the primary thing I thought about when I was in high school was that it was the primary mode that girls used as an excuse to get out of gym for like a month, at a time.
Oh.
And I know that they were not always suffering because my girlfriend did it, and I'm like, but you're not, and I knew she wasn't for reasons. And she's like, yeah, well, we all lie. We just don't want to take gym.
But then that really messes up those that really do have. It's more than just 5 days.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I like Grandpappy said, women here are oppressed. Yeah, sorry, have they been to another country? Exactly. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly how they do it. All right, first we got the first meme today. Jokes about menstrual cycles are not funny, period.
I should read these. Let me read these since I'm a female.
Okay.
Jokes about menstrual cycles are not funny, period.
Heard.
Shall we go to the next one? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, it's 4 a.m. Let's wake up and cry together.
Oh, look.
I love it. It's a little uterus.
It's a little uterus, but it's wearing a douchebag hat.
With the little ovarian tubes. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I want one.
It's got a little pearl there hanging by the fallopian tube.
I have never been that. I don't know. I could say that I wasn't emotional during that time, but you have to ask Dad, man.
My wife and my 3 girls, none of them were ever emotional, but I'm telling you, they were literally laid up in bed, crippled.
It depends. Some
I had a lot
really
of
bad.
I had terrible cramps, and it was awful.
Yeah.
I lived with a heating pad for a long time.
Yeah. Are you ready for the next one, or is this
Sure.
one just too cute? Okay.
Sure. Feminine towels now with wings.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I'll fly away.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, this is so true. Oh, period. So, I am PMSing so bad. Oh, yeah, get kicked right in the
in the taco.
in the vagina area. I'll say it. But why? Well, I thought it might help. Oh, none of you guys are women, so you don't understand that meme. But that is so true. You go, oh, I just don't feel so good. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, the pain. It feels like someone did just kick you right between the legs.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea what pain is when you get kicked between the legs.
No,
We have
I think
idea.
ours is temporary.
I'm
though.
saying
Ours is temporary.
you don't
Yes, I
understand.
know. I'm kidding.
you know,
I am kidding.
No, yeah, I'll kick you between your legs, but yours will go away. Ours comes back every friggin' month for 5
Here you go.
friggin' days. During a woman's menstrual cycle, you my pretty. And after a woman's menstrual cycle, I'm Glinda.
You did that so well. I'm glad you're reading these.
Yes, that might have been why your ex was Betty. Might have been.
Red Bull
Might have been.
tampons.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It's funny. We now got 11 people watching with this, so it's hilarious.
Oh,
they're
and
all
I'm
probably
doing
going,
men's-
what the hell did we walk into?
And I'm doing
Yes.
menstrual memes.
I love this one though.
Oh yes, well played, product placement guy. Well played. Chocolate between the sanitary napkins.
Yeah, Grandpaper said, Miss, I was a bone saw. I'm very familiar with how it's described during the cycle, and that's scared of the woman or the cycle. I don't remember you being so bad. The kids sometimes were worse, but
I didn't have a lot of mood swings. The only time I really had mood swings was when I was pregnant with one of my kids.
no. The second one, the first one, you were calm.
But yeah, so
all right, here you go. Can you read it or do you
no, I was looking at it. I wanted to read it so I could get the context. Since it's your woman time, here's chocolate. We all went fishing today, so you can't yell at us. There's pizza in the fridge. Coolest roommates ever. I live with 3 guys. I'm on my period and woke up to this. I guess I love those shitheads.
I don't, I know they fled on their fishing trip so they wouldn't get yelled at, but they don't understand the best thing is to get the hell out of the way. It's not so you don't get yelled at, it's just so you don't cause aggravation.
Yes, these memes are so toxic. Shock. Dump.
Oh God.
Oh, I remember that. Actually, back in the 70s when that stuff was going on, I watched the news all the time as a kid, and we were at church and these ladies were talking about something. I said, you better not take those because you'll die and blah, blah, blah. And they all looked at each other and they looked at me and they looked at my mom, and my mom just mouthed to him, don't engage him. Don't say anything. He knows what he's talking about. Just don't. It's just like
those were 3 smart guys right there.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, I use an app to track my wife's menstrual cycle so I know when to keep my mouth shut. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear.
All right, here you go.
Things that are straight up dangerous on your period. Risk level. The lowest. Wearing cute underwear. Interacting with dumb people is a little higher. The highest risk level is sneezing. And then kind of a little bit like third place is sleeping on white sheets. Menstruation, menopause, mental breakdowns. Notice how all women's problems begin with men. Menstruation, menopause, mental breakdown. It's all your guys' fault.
This one I probably should tweet out later.
Yep. It's all your guys' fault.
Yeah. Grandpappy says, I've done this, spent $140 on food to keep myself from being off when the ex was pregnant on her side. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Who needs an app? Nope.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
That's so bad.
I guess you kind of have a little advance notice there.
Well, what's bad is if you know enough women and stuff, and it's like you know which time all of them are going.
What the bad thing is, and experiencing this is if when you live with women, everybody kind of syncs up to the same cycle. So every woman in the household is on the period at the same time or close to it.
Right.
So it's hell. It's hell for all involved.
Well, here we go.
Me on my period. Did I do that well?
I think so. I think you did pretty well. Grandpappy said, I have 4 sisters and a mom. I'm very familiar. And how to survive. Yes. Yeah, when you have multiple at one time, and it's like you're kind of like, whoa, we know where to dive and stay out of trouble.
Is that it?
That's it. That's our memes.
Yeah, so, it reminds me of that scene in that movie My Girl, where the main character she gets her period for the first time. She comes out and yells at Macaulay Culkin, "Get the hell out of here and don't come back till for 3 to 5 days."
Jeez. All right. Well, one thing I do want to say also, the missus will be live in about 40 minutes also.
Oh my goodness,
what's your movie?
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to
Zombie Bro.
Zombie Bro. What is this movie about?
It is a kid zombie. So it's about a boy who he's a zombie and his sister trying to and their father trying to protect the town from it. And the boy goes to school and everything like that, but he's a zombie. That's all I know. I've never watched it. It just looked funny. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to watch this.
Oh, I love it. I wish I could stay up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stay up, but God, it sounds like it's a hoot. So.
Yes, follow Davia, My Girl, and then she gets him killed.
I'm telling you that it's a funny movie. It's a good movie. I can't watch that movie. I can't get to the end when she starts bawling over his coffin and trying to talk to him. I can't. I just can't. I can't make it through that scene.
What?
My Girl?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was a nice little kids movie with Macaulay Culkin in it.
Oh, no, that scene at the end is rough. It's really rough.
Was she like a psycho chick or just?
No. You've never seen the movie.
No, I've never seen it.
He dies. I'm going to spoil it for him.
Oh yeah, she
loses. He dies from he got stung by bees, and he died, and she had to deal with it.
Oh man.
Yep. Yeah, her father's a mortician, and so the funeral's at her house. And while the funeral's going on, she comes running up to because that's her best friend. She comes running up to the coffin and just starts talking to him like he's still alive, and the adults just lose it. Yeah, I mean they start bawling because it's just heart wrenching. It's rough. Yeah, rough scene. I can't get through. I can never get through that scene.
All righty. All right. All right. Anything else, Mrs.?
Like what? Like stuff I'm doing?
For anything for tonight. I mean, any more about the movie? You really don't know anything about the movie.
I really don't know a lot about it. I'm hoping it's good.
Oh man. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. What's coming up with you on your channel these days, Mrs.?
Let's see. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be watching some cartoons. 3 p.m. I'll be over at Agent Atwood's channel, Agent Atwood Gaming. If someone could put that link in, I'm asking him to. That's at 3 p.m. He'll be playing The Last of Us, and I'll be commentating. I don't know if that's a real word, but I like it. Sunday at 3 p.m. we'll watch The Pretender, and then Monday we start Morning Musings again, and then Batman the Animated Series. Monday night at 8.
All right. Well, that sounds wonderful. And Wes, anything up with you these days?
No, nothing particularly special. You'll see me on other folks' streams acting the fool as a New Jersey, New Jersey I is want to do. So that's about it.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we've got month of June might be back to a little bit more random stuff, folks. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff going on around here that may dictate what we do, when we do, and how we do it. Miss is going to stay as scheduled as she can. Mine may vary. You don't know, but hey, then again, what's new with me these days? Let's take a look. Thank you, Wes. You got Atwood's, you got Mrs. Link, you got Atwood's
Thank
link
you.
for with the show
Mhm.
tomorrow. For me, Mondays, as long as I don't have to work late, Jess and I Monday duos. Although this last week we did it later at night. Always a fun time, especially now with Darth Vader in the game. Really, really, I have more fun talking to Vader than playing Fortnite. So
Yeah, I can tell.
it's so much fun. Yeah, I know, I love it. It's like cool. I mean, screw the game. It's comedy gold. They got a really good programmed AI. I will say the AI is really, really good with it,
It is.
and
Some
they
of the
get
responses
responding.
are really, really good.
Yeah. So Wednesdays and Fridays at 10, late night of Dadman's. June, like I said, we still hold it open, but just, these are tentatively scheduled, but, enjoy having everybody here on Wednesdays and Friday nights at 10 o'clock. Chill chats or something will happen randomly as I feel like going live. And then, of course, Fortnite pops up whenever we decide to do it. Of course, all live streams and video VODs are on YouTube and Twitch. Dadman Walking 55 on X, also Dadman Walking 55. Fruitcake is actually pretty good. That's what I've heard. I've also heard, especially if you have more alcohol in it.
It depends on the fruitcake.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Depends on the fruitcake. I mean, if you buy that shit that they have in the grocery stores around us, it's crap. If you buy the fruitcake that's $40 for a cake,
Wow.
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Yep.
It's a little different. They are apples and oranges.
Be a little
Even
heavier
though they
on the
both-
alcohol.
It's not only that, they're not that brick.
Yep.
I mean, it's a dense cake, but it's not a brick.
Yep. There's like a farmer's market kind of place that I pass all the time. Well, I don't have to pass it anymore because I live right next to the campground. But when I lived up north, we used to pass it all the time. It was called Red Barn Farm, and they used to make the lady inside used to sell pies and cakes and everything. Everything was homemade, so it was fresh, like that within the last day or so. And you have fruitcakes there too. So I mean, it was all good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Well, folks, on that note, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Thank you for everybody being here. Thank you for your support. Also, make sure to follow the missus. Like in 30 minutes, she will be live. What's the name of it again?
Zombie Bro.
Zombie Bro. Yes. It's Korean, right? Is it Korean?
No, it's not Korean. Let me see
no?
if I can find a picture of it. Of my little slide, so you can kind of see the print.
Yeah, please, because I want to make sure we get it right. Because I was thinking it was Korean.
It's not Korean.
Well, we always talk about how great the Korean zombie movies are, though. So, I mean, they've actually got real zombies, not this Walking Dead crap where they're like Night of the Living Dead, just things. They actually move, they jump, and everything else.
So you like the rabid zombies, not the traditional kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working on it. Oh no, that's not what I don't want to invite. I hate the way they do this now. Their screen.
Yeah,
Allow
they've changed.
screen. So there we go. There's a picture of the DVD cover.
Wow.
A kid's zombie.
Oh God, I guess he must be integrating with real live human kids and Zombie Bro. Okay, wow.
I have no idea what it is. It might be a stupid ass kids movie.
How the hell did you come up with that? How did you come up with that?
I have no idea where I found it. It was in my digital files, and I went, "Oh wow, this looks like fun. Let's watch it."
Yep.
That's how I watch most of my stuff. You guys, I've got thousands and thousands of movies, and a lot of them I honestly have not watched, or I've not watched them in a long time. So the reason I'm doing these movies is so I can watch some of these movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I might actually do a couple more movie nights at night because I have so many movies to watch.
No, well, you never
And
know.
so little time.
Well, and if things happen, you may need to do that. If we're busy with mom or something else, that could, who knows what. All right, folks. Well, we made it an hour and a half, Mrs. Thank you very much. Thank you, Wes Cagle.
You're welcome.
And everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. See you at the Missus about 30 minutes, please. And thank you for your support for us and all that y'all do. And y'all have a great night. And we will see you the next time we go live. Bye, all.